Hello, everyone. Welcome back to TEW 2020, playing the Territory Days with the Canadian Federation of Wrestling. So, this is going to be a shorter episode because we have the CFW Live Special 2, and that's all we're filming tonight. We do, of course, have our card, which is, let me just go to show history. So, oh crap, sorry. Forget I'm wearing a mic. But yeah, we go to show history just to show you the card we have planned. I mean, someone could no show, have signed with a promotion where the events aren't allowed, and then I have to adjust from there, which for me has been frustrating but fun. So basically, what we have here is the main card is going to be the Kozak brothers versus the Von Erichs, Rocky Johnson versus Abdul the Butcher, and Thor Hagen versus Beast. And the main event is going to be Abdul the Butcher versus Rocky Johnson. So, kind of merging. I know back in the day of old wrestling, like I said, just to kind of remind people why I'm not like, having all the titles on the line and, our world heavyweight champion and first ever figurehead, Nick Kozak, isn't defending his title, is basically like, look at this card here. So we have, the Von Erichs and the Kozak brothers was the main match here. The Pick Your Poison and the world title. So that was 4 matches, but that was the exception because we had the Pick Your Poison stipulation. Luthez's last match was basically the was Nick Kozak and Luthez, what we were marketing the show around, Abdullah the Butcher and Thor Hagen, and then we had to adjust because Tony Bourne couldn't be on the card, so we couldn't do Tony Bourne versus Buddy Rogers sort of thing that we had going on there. And then, Luthez versus Buddy Rogers 4, of course, was the 3 matches where Buddy Rogers versus Luthez to crown the first ever CFW World Heavyweight Champion, Abdullah the Butcher versus. So 3 matches at a time. A main event and 2 semi-mains, and then just fun matches. Basically, is my plan. So kind of merging the territory format with some modern wrestling because just having matches with no storyline isn't as fun. But yeah, I'm excited for this show. Like I said, we are in debt, which isn't ideal. But based on how things are going, worker expenses are going down because probably not having to pay Luthez and Buddy Rogers, they walked out. And also, it's looking like we're going to be chipping away again. We had 2 events in April. So in this May month, it looks like fingers crossed, we're going to be pretty good on that. So we'll see where everything goes from there, but we'll get into everything, and hopefully, as we continue to chip away at debt, we'll be turning a profit soon and can, you know, get more. I'm just looking at all our expenses and hopefully start getting into the green. And once we get into the green, we're smooth sailing. But the question is, can we get into the green before our debt takes over? But that's long term. By the end of the year, I hope we're in the green. But that's long term goal. Right now, it's all short term here in CFW, trying to turn a profit. So let me just advance the day, and I'll see you guys for the CFW Live Special 2. Okay, so full disclosure here, expect a little bit of a different card than advertised as we get into the rookie showcase here, but we had a kind of important first ever no-show. So as you can kind of tell, the card will adjust at around the 3rd match of our 3 semi-mains and main, but we'll get into that later. But, just a pre-show match, just to kind of have our own thing. George Steele, Roddy Piper, showcasing the future generation of the Canadian Federation of Wrestling. And next up, in a solid opener, Harold Sakata picks up his first win, defeating Pancho Pico 10-19 by pinfall. So good on Harold Sakata there. And then next up, in another solid opening match, we have Pedro Morales defeating Mike York with the Caribbean Cannonball. Big win for Pedro Morales here. We could expect some good things from Pedro Morales based on this performance. And next up, So Rocky Johnson comes down to the ring. He says Abdullah the Butcher is not here. He must have been afraid, and is just ranting and raving about how I earned a title match. I should get a title match. And out comes Killer Kowalski, and Killer Kowalski basically says, "Hey, quit whining. I was put on the shelf by a different person, and he didn't see me whine. I took my injury like a man, and then I beat the crap out of him last week. So we got a live special here going on. Why don't you just butt out, move on?" And Rocky Johnson says, "You know what? You have something to say. Let's duke it out." So the match is official. In our first semi-main, what it will be Killer Kowalski versus Rocky Johnson. So and next up, in a decent match, Killer Kowalski defeats Rocky Johnson by, cheating however you want, low blow and stuff. Keep Rocky Johnson looking strong because, of course, this was not the match I wanted to put on this show, but it's what I had to do. And, of course, I do want to very much protect Killer Kowalski. So, next up in, wow, 28. Yeah, they good thing we had this match out of the way here because this was not good. Beast defeats Thor Hagen, and Thor Hagen looks dejected, but yeah, not a good match. Definitely our worst match probably ever. So don't put Beast and Thor Hagen together again. And next up in our main event, so in our main event, Fritz von Erich submitted Jerry Kozak after blatantly cheating, where Beast came in for a run in. That was what was supposed to happen. But yeah, it was basically, basically, yeah, Fritz von Erich, he cheated and all that. So run in from Beast, which was supposed to be there, but it looks like Nick Kozak sustained an injury. Hopefully he's not out for too long, but yeah, definitely not a successful show. However, there was beat down, but then out come the Brunettis to make the save, and yep, the Brunetti brothers make the save, saving Nick and Jerry Kozak from further beatdown to send the crown home. A little bit happy as this was both the Empire Strikes Back for us as a promotion, and also in the trilogy of the first ever CFW live specials, and we get a 53. So at least we had a good show, but that match right there, not good. Definitely. So for match of the night, definitely was the Von Erichs versus the Kozak brothers. So we'll give Waldo Von Erich, uh, Nick Kozak, even though his morale, no, we don't have morale issues for anyone else. So um, let me just find someone else to give a nice speech to. And you know what? Enrique Torres should be, because he's a road agent. That was a very good show, despite the match between Thor Hagen and Beast being very clunky. So some of that was road agent errors, but yeah, that was it. So yeah, as you can tell, Abdul the Butcher could not show up. He was in my planned main event. I had to go with the tag team matches, which on the bright side did keep Nick Kozak, our figurehead, in the main event. So Port Pacific Northwest Wrestling, how did they do? So just so we have someone 61. Were we the worst wrestling show? Uh, they didn't even have Abdul the Butcher on the show. Oh no, they did, and he lost. That's great, but yeah, it looks like we had the worst match on the show, which is not nice. Wow, they had a 73. But they have Gene Knitsky and stuff. Where, uh, yeah, 53, and then let's check AJW. 55. So yeah, we did, but it probably wouldn't have been nearly as bad if we hadn't, you know, literally had our main event taken away from us. We had to kind of adjust and adapt. Let's see here. So we're at 30. We're 5 away from getting that small popularity, and we probably will hang around small for a while. Maybe get we'll probably get up to like 45, I think, is where we'll kind of plateau for a while. But that's but as we approach the end of the month, let's check our finances here. Wow, there we go. So about $7,000 saved so far. We're not going to run another show, so we've continued to chip away at our world title matches here. But um, yeah, definitely something to look at because we're chipping away at not being in the green. $7,000 at a time. So we'll see how everything goes, but yeah, let's see. CFW Live got 11,000 viewers, and then CFW Live Special 11,000. So yeah, we cracked around 12,000 viewers. So, but yeah, that's it for this one, everyone. So we'll just save that. If you guys like the content I'm producing on the channel, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys for the CFW Live the next 2 weeks of that. As we move forward here, we're kind of things are going well for us, but we're having some back pedals as well. So I'll see you guys for that.